All right. As far as the injuries go, Charles Minihue will be out with a torn ACL, and then Tooney will not practice today. So making progress, not counted out. We'll just see how he does. Everybody else is ready to go. Look forward to the challenge of playing the 49ers. Heck of a football team, obviously. Kyle does a great job with that group, and Steve Wilkes has been a head coach in the league, but is a really good defensive coordinator likewise. And then Brian Snyder is our special teams coordinator. He does a good job. And Chris Furster and I go all the way back to our college days. He's a ex-Colorado State offensive lineman, so old WAC conference, shout out to them. But he does a heck of a job with the offensive side. So again, with that, time's yours.
Andy, if memory serves, last year McCaffrey had just been traded to San Francisco, and the first game was against you guys. What impresses you about now the ways that they've been able to figure out how to use him in different ways compared to that first game when they were just kind of getting to know him?
Yeah, sure. Kyle's one of the most creative guys in the league. You knew he was going to find ways to maximize them, the different tools that he has. McCaffrey's got phenomenal tools. Can catch, block, run. I mean, he does it all. And Kyle's exploited even more than what it had been before. So,
Coach Reid, is there a comfortability factor playing at Allegiant Stadium that you're familiar with?
well, I'd say yes, but we're on the home team side, so I don't know that side. But I mean, we've been there. I'm not sure that matters in this game. It's, you know, it comes down to the execution part of it. But and really, when you play in the Super Bowl, there's that constant buzz. That noise is constant offensively and defensively because of the crowd being split. So that's what you got to make sure that you handle.
In the pre-tranquil, I guess a text message of what you guys were discussing when he was still a free agent. Just what has he provided this year, and how fun is it for you when you do get a chance to talk to players in free agency and try to get them to join the team?
Yeah, so Brett Veach does the hard stuff. I mean, he gives them to me and asks me to reach out to the guys, but we knew him. Drew, we knew firsthand because of how good he was with the Chargers, and he's done all of that here. You know, he's developed a great relationship and rapport with the linebackers in that room and with Steve and Brendan. So. And Flagel. So they've all worked on, and Drew had to want this to get him up to par just on the defense. And thank goodness he's a real smart guy. So he put that Notre Dame education to use in learning this whole thing and did it quickly.
How impressive was he Sunday against the Ravens when he went back?
Yeah, sure, he did a great job. You know, he can run. He was a safety in college, so he can run now, and he's used to open field tackles and doing that, and I think that benefits him, and it did Sunday. Yeah.
Do you, anytime you're with free agents, do you send emails like telling them, hey, by the way, we go to Super Bowls pretty regularly? Is that a common occurrence, or was that specific to Drew?
No, I mean, each guy it's more a text than an email, so.
Andy, you guys obviously a little bit different path this year, being an underdog a couple of times. How have you seen the team sort of embrace that?
Yeah, so listen, we understand the reasoning behind it. I mean, we get it, and understandably so. So, I mean, we might not be the prettiest bunch, but we're going to battle, and that's kind of been the personality of this team. So, I don't think it doesn't bother us. We understand, so it is what it is.
Andy, officiating after several of your games this season, you hate for it to get back in the Super Bowl. Every year about this time we hear calls for maybe officials should be full-time employees, and that should be their focus. Where do you fall on that, and do you think it would make a difference in the quality of officiating?
Yeah, well, they've started to do that. There are a handful of guys that are full-time right now. we've got Bill for this game, Vinovich, who's season official and referee. So, and they mix the crews for the playoffs, and Bill does a great job of uniting everybody and getting them together. Listen, I know the league is doing what they can do on that phase, and they're gradually getting more guys that are doing it full time. So.
Coach, Brock Purdy, I know, kind of burst on the scene last year, continues to grow. He's had 2 comeback wins now in the playoffs. Is that coming from behind? One seems like a box that quarterbacks need to be able to check back when it's not all going your way, but then also doing it in the playoffs. Is that a sign that he's, not just good, but maybe moving up the ladder of where quarterbacks rank?
Yeah, listen, he's a heck of a player. I remember specifically one of the Saturday afternoons watching him in college, and I remember the head coach saying, "This guy has changed our program." So changing a program, that's something that's big, and that's what he is. I mean, he's doing that in the National Football League, and last week he did as much with his legs as he did with his arms. So he ran the ball well. He's a good football player. He's smart, got a great feel for things. Yeah.
Andy, you guys have been in the spotlight for a while and continue to be, and I know you're mostly in the bunker, especially now, but I seem to recall you getting recognized in Italy a few years ago. And I wonder if, elaborate on that a little bit, but is that also the most unusual place you've been recognized?
You don't expect that. I don't. And, but there are a lot of Americans over there. You don't put that, and they were having a basketball tournament, so I walk out of the hotel the first day, and there's a whole youth basketball team, and so they knew, and then you're not hiding anymore. So that's.
They were yelling Mahomes, weren't they, or what were they?
Yeah, they love Pat. They know they knew all our guys. So, but obviously Pat's one. He's got the face of it. So.
Was that indeed the oddest or most unusual place that?
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah.
Pete, when it comes to Marquez Valdes-Scantling, I think his regular season probably helped he was a little more productive. Just what have you made of what he's been able to do in the postseason?
Yeah, so I'm proud of him because he played well for us last year. This year, he had a couple drops in big situations. Didn't hang his head, didn't lose confidence, kept battling, working with Pat, and he kept it going, figuring that it would turn around. And here he comes up with these last 2 games were huge catches, very similar to what he did last year in a couple of the games. And so I'm happy that for him, most of all, and that he was able to kind of recover, or whatever you want to say, from what was going on earlier.
Andy, what told you that he was going to come through on the other side, that if you stuck with him, he was going to?
Yeah, he's smart and he's a hard worker. So, and that's, as long as you've got skill mixed in with that, then you have a chance. So, but he's going to work at it. And, he understands that you can go into a slump. Sometimes that ball looks big, sometimes it looks small. And he worked through that. Did a good job with it.
Andy, to bounce off that, not just from Marquez, but just with anyone on the roster, just what's been the key to evaluating guys' mental fortitude to know that they're going to come in and be a hard worker and just gradually do the right things in this system?
Well, I've got good leadership, not only as coaches, but in the locker room. You're not going to, dog it with Pat Mahomes going full speed, Kelsey going full speed. I mean, you're just not. They're not going to allow you to do that, first of all, and then you watch them and you watch how they practice, and you know it's not a fit if you can't do that. And then Brett's not going to bring in guys that dog, or jog, or whatever you want to call it.
Andy, you've been to the Super Bowl a bunch of times now, and a couple of organizations, 4 out of 5 years. Does it still feel as fresh? I mean, you certainly can't take opportunities like this for granted, right?
No, you respect the opportunity. I respect the opportunity of being a head football coach in the National Football League. I mean, Vahe and I started way back when we were both scrub buckets, man. So, I mean, to have the opportunity to do this is a real privilege. And, you know, so every day I cherish it. And so this moment, yeah, you cherish it. It lasts the two teams standing. So, a very competitive business.
We'll go three more. Nate, start with you.
Andy, a couple weeks ago, Clyde shared with us his reasoning for wanting to go to medical school. Obviously, you went through it obviously before. Other guys, obviously, Ron comes to mind. Just what is it about what you learned about Clyde over this last year, sort of seeing him go from, being an NFL player to obviously trying to figure out what the next stage of his life will be?
Yeah, sure. Well, he grew up with a great mom who's an example to him for that. She's in the business, and so, and then he's a smart kid. I mean, he gets it, and he's mature. So you figured he would. That's not the only thing he could do. I mean, you figure that he would find something that he wanted to do and go do it. You have confidence that that life after football is going to be okay for him. Yeah.
Given the fact that he's doing it now during the course of the season,
Yeah.
just what's impressive about that, given the fact that, you guys are still relying on the product?
Yeah, sure. No, that's great. I encourage it. It hasn't affected his play or the time spent making sure that he's playing good, and so I would encourage that. I mean, I'm all in with him.
Last two, Niels and Blair.
Coach, what's it say about the guys in that room, that they stuck together and that they fought? You guys start 6-2 and have that rush pass. What's it say about them that they were able to get it back on field?
Yeah, it's a tribute to their strength as a group, welcoming in new guys with high expectations and still making it work. Not pushing anybody out the door because maybe it started a little slow, and or even that they started slow, they didn't hang their head and kept pushing forward. So that develops. I always sit there on that first day of a training camp and tell you every year is different. Every team's different. Well, this one's different than any of the other ones, right? So, and they've grown together, which is neat to watch.
Last one, Blair.
Follow up on Vahe's question about recognition. Have appearing in the commercials, changed that for you at all? Do you find people outside of football recognizing you more because of the appearances on State Farm and others?
Yeah, probably. I'd probably say yes. Yeah, when I get out there, so I'm not out much, but I'd say yes. I mean, that's yeah. I'd say I don't want to stand up here and sound like a movie star because I'm I'm not very good at that, but I appreciate people enjoying nuggies.
Do you have a SAG card?
A what?
A SAG card?
No, I don't think I do. No.
All right, thanks.
All right, guys. All right, thanks.